inclusive education, discrimination against religion,
age, disability,
race,
gender
should be stopped, and the change starts within ourselves.
discrimination based on religion. Discrimination based on religion has been a prominent issue across the globe, with people from different faiths being subjected to hatred, prejudice, and exclusion. Despite various efforts made to promote inclusivity, religious discrimination remained prevalent in different forms, including hate speech, physical violence, and systematic inequality. This discrimination often occurs in school. It not only affects individuals, but it also affects entire communities. It is crucial to address and eradicate discrimination based on religion through education, advocacy, and policy change to create inclusive, diverse, and equitable world. Everyone deserves to practice their religion freely without fear of discrimination, persecution, and violence. To promote inclusive education, one of the greatest importance is that children should learn to become strong, tolerant, and respectful members of society. Always remember, in life, it's okay to be different.
Usually, they talk about age discrimination at workplace. However, it starts much earlier, when we are at school. For some lost reason, we are sorted in the process by age. It is assumed that each kid should perform at the same level at a certain age. Children of various ages can work perfectly well together. Outside of school, they can help support and educate each other. For some reason, school divides children into working groups by age, and then they stay in this group for years. It's time to change it.
It is important to protect for the right and welfare of disabled people. Unfortunately, many people with disability continue to experience discrimination, prejudice, and social exclusion. It is essential to break down the stereotypes and recognize that disabled people have the same desires and ambitions as anyone else, and should be treated with dignity and respect. So fight for the right and welfare of disabled person. By doing so, we can create a more just and inclusive society for all individuals, regardless of their abilities.
What if your son or daughter comes home and tells you about an incident at school in which they were singled out or discriminated against because of the color of their skin? Discrimination based on race has no place in our society. It is a harmful and unjust practice that has caused countless individuals to suffer and lose out on opportunities and experience solely because of their skin color. It is important to acknowledge that we all have different background and experiences, but these differences should be celebrated, not used to discriminate against each other. We must reject all forms of racism and actively work towards building a society that values and respects individuals of all races and backgrounds.
As humans, we all have diverse personalities, orientations, and preferences that make us unique individuals. However, members of the LGBTQ community are often discriminated and belittled because of their sexual orientation and gender expression. Every individual has the right to live their life free from discrimination and prejudices. Regardless of their sexual orientation, every person deserves the same rights and opportunities, including the legal recognition of their relationship and the ability to access healthcare, education, and employment without the fear of discrimination. We must stand together to affirm the dignity, equality, and rights of every LGBTQ community. Together, we can create a world that is inclusive, diverse, and respectful of all people, regardless of their sexual orientation and gender identity.
Inclusive education.
I belong.
We belong. We all belong.